I have a new idea. You want to know what this idea involves? You're about to find out. Chill. Chill. I found Nomai writing about the quantum moon. Oh yes, everyone loves a good mystery, don't they? Who wouldn't wonder about the moon that's sometimes there and sometimes not? I observed the quantum moon orbiting each of the 5 planets, but sometimes it quite simply disappears from the sky altogether. Maybe there's another place it travels to. Unfortunately, if there is, I've never seen it. Perhaps if I take a closer look at the star charts. I know my writing about the sun station. Is that what's in orbit around the sun, do you think? The sun station? Quite clever of the Nomai to deceive the way, or devise the way they study the sun up close and personal. It must have been tremendously difficult to construct, and hot inside, I can only imagine. I wonder how they were able to travel back and forth between the sun station and the Hourglass Twins when the slightest slip-up would have meant a fiery death. Stop it, I have an idea! Stop it! How am I supposed to concoct my idea? I have such a fucking great idea that's not gonna work. And I just want to prove to myself that it's not gonna work, so I stop thinking about it. Alright, it didn't work, and I'm glad that it didn't. Because that leaves more possibilities. What I was thinking is that because all of these things need to be shrouded in darkness, I turned my headlights off so I wasn't illuminating the moon, and I was facing the dark side of the moon that was not facing toward the sun, so the entirety of the sun, so like the entirety of the moon, that side of the moon would be completely shrouded in darkness, which would allow me to go into it. But no, because I've tried it with lights on, facing the sun. That doesn't work. Now, when light is facing it, it stays still, but it's obvious that it still moves anyway. Unless I, like, jump scare it from the back. So my headlights are now on. Yeah, that obviously doesn't do anything either. Is there anything else here? Now that I've waited like a near full cycle. Oh, my ship got drifted away. How'd that happen? No! What are you doing? Stop that! What the fuck? We do need to figure out how to get in there, but there hasn't really been any caves. on Shitfuck Island. I haven't really done that at all, though. I think that's the ship of the guy who lives here. I have never seen this before. How did I ever miss this? It was like it's on here. I've flown around and been on this thing. I don't know how I ever missed this. Alright, well there's text. I was upstairs testing the eye signal locator, and I can't hear and follow the signals from the sun, Giant's Deep and Brittle Hollow. However, something strange is happening when I ask this eye signal locator to follow the eye signal. The device's indicator rotates wildly and never points to just one direction. It's a curious result. It's possible the eye has stopped calling out its signal. I see. I most likely calibrated the locator incorrectly. Privet, my apprentice, and I will make adjustments and try again. An update. Disappointingly, everything is correctly calibrated after all. It saddens me to posit this, my friends, but I believe this locator cannot detect the eye signal. We need to build a more sensitive device if we want to locate the eye of the universe. Then we will build it. Don't lose hope, Cassava. Our search for the eye is what brought our clan to this place. We won't give up so easily. There's just another thing here. I didn't need to take out the other one. Or should this new, more sophisticated locator be built? It may need to be larger than this eye signal locator. Anona and those of us originally stranded on Ember Twin built the Quantum Moon locator there, but the heat of the sun made its construction challenging. I wouldn't recommend building it on that planet. The southern glacier on Brittle Hollow has ample available space. I would construct a new building to house this proposed locator. Yes, let's build it there. I imagine our young friend Connoy would enjoy that immensely. He always has a great interest for the eye, especially for the child born so long after the crash. I will begin construction on Brittle Hollow's South Pole immediately. I've definitely been to those locations. Okay, wow. Wow, I've seen this ruin in other travelers' pictures, but to see it for myself, it's really old, isn't it? But wow, this is the coolest day of my life. Time for some official notes. This is some kind of Nomai locator. It can point out different planets, which is incredibly cool, by the way. And what little I can understand of the writing here, I think it was built to try and find something specific. I'm not sure. I also was able to translate something about the South Pole of Brittle Hollow. So I'll fly there and see if I can learn more. Yep, just gonna get back on the old ship and take off. Totally safe. Mostly safe. Oh, stars above. This is where the thing just spazzes out. This just points toward planets. I mean, that definitely is the sun. Like, no shit, we know where the sun is. That points toward Giant's Deep. And that points toward Brittle Hollow. This machine was making a loud noise when it was pointing toward Giant's Deep, though. Why is it so loud? Oh, there's nothing. Randomly just got picked up by something. What sound does it make? Water? Wind? The sound of the planet that I hate? Yeah. I felt like I was there. But let's go then. What's your fucking damage? Get out of here. I've just been thinking all of my thoughts and not saying them out loud, but I'm trying my best to figure out what to do with this, because we know about the mysterious 6th location this thing teleports to. So what I was trying to do before was run into it on all of the other planets, so that way the only place it would have to have left to go is the mysterious 6th location, which then I would be able to track and then follow. The other assumption is that maybe I can still somehow land on this, and then by some teleportation magic that this thing has, it would teleport me to that mysterious 6th planet. But nothing I have is capable of doing anything here. Like, my other plan was that I want to go into the planet backwards, but I tried that already. Or into the moon backwards. Like, if I have this thing here, it's technically being seen. But, like, that doesn't do anything. That just lags the game immensely. I know, I must have not been here. Because this is Rybeck's ship. Not the best landing spot. Just a little bit closer up, I think. Nice ship he's got here. He says there's no way in from the surface. Alright, well, chill. Well, I guess we'll just never know. Because this game is so slippery. And it's just gonna suck me back into the black hole. I'd rather just do that. Black hole really got me, huh? Two times in a row? How has this never happened before? Like, I was literally in here. Like, I had done this. I read this information already. Unless there's a place to read this. Actually, you know what? I might have missed this, because I picked this up and put it in this. I don't think I put it in this. This might be why it hasn't registered it yet. Friends in the Timber Hearth Mines, the last type of ore you sent us survives the longest in direct heat. Can you send us more of the same for additional testing? We're attempting to improve its durability, and our forge has already burned through everything you sent. We'll deliver more ore to Hollow's Lantern immediately. You must be fired up about crafting the Ash Twin Project's protective shell. My gratitude. I imagine we'll also have an updated estimate soon of how much ore is needed to seal off the Ash Twin Project. Will it be more than we initially thought? It will be significantly more. The smallest crack or opening in the protective shell would destroy everything. The idea of an encasement that's supernova-proof, however briefly, has kindled my curiosity. Alright, well that didn't even... I mean, let me see. Map mode. Okay, now it shows it. Okay, now it shows everywhere. Alright, so now I've officially been everywhere. That's what I've been trying to do, like, the whole fucking time. Is there just, like, the tiniest possible crack that I missed? Because I've been on the Interloper at least 4 times now and have not seen a single thing. Like, when I first get here, if you go here as early as possible, I see the snow melt. Or the ice melt. And they said they went inside a crack on the sunward side. That's where I am. I even went here just a little bit ago at the very end of a cycle. So there was nothing else I could possibly be doing other than standing here, and there was nothing else. So, like, this doesn't melt any further. This is new. This is a projector. It shows me inside the area. Oh, this is up that area that I couldn't climb into. Well, I want to get in here somehow. I'm at the shuttle. I'm ready to make my first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon. That's exciting. You're almost ready. There's still one more rule you need to learn. Come to me at the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. The tower is opposite side of Brittle Hollow. Follow the path west to the crossroads. You can reach the tower from there. My gratitude for your directions, Bells. I'll see you soon. I have been there. I can't do anything there. Because the path is broken. That's the controls for this thing. I still don't know what these, like, escape pod things do. There's one here. And, one on Ember Twin. And they don't do anything. But I can actually go this way, because the sun's not exploding this time. So I'll make sure this is the only way I can go. And who thought this was a good way for transportation? Okay. That's just here. Both of these go to the same place. Low battery. I think I'm here. I think. This is the South Pole. Oh, there's stones. Ugh. Here we go. I'm gonna have to stand here and jetpack my way up. Somehow. Ow. Whole place is super fucked up. I hate that this game just has a normal jump button because it's like a worthless jump button. Just use your jetpack for everything. Alright. We're gaming in here. I'm here. I did it. I put the ship down safely. In that the ship went down and didn't sustain bodily harm. A few minor repairs. It's like the ship was never hit by those rocks. One of my better attempts. Feldspar would barely have laughed at me, I bet. That's good news. The bad news, I haven't found a way inside the structure yet. The door is broken, and I'm not great at exploring, but I think I would have found a different entrance by now if there were one. Probably. I can't get in from here, but I know there's paths below the surface. I'm going to head north to the ruins, to the equator, and find a way down. Oh, Oh, this was right here the whole time next to the ship. Didn't see it. Wait. Okay. The game was being stupid. It was loading a low-poly model, but it's fine. I almost thought the game locked me out. This just leads to the one on Giant's Deep. Yep. We don't need that. Kanoi, Daz, and I were lifting orbital probe cannon components into orbit for assembly, and one somehow sank down beneath the current. Kanoi, you should have seen it. We thought it was impossible for any cannon components to even sink partially below the current, but ours sank straight to the core. I have seen that. I haven't been in it, but I have seen it. Cassava convinced me to not try to recreate the phenomena myself using other cannon parts, but we're very curious to know how that happened. How could something pass through the current? My gratitude for your interesting question. It is exciting. Spire constructed a model of Giant's Deep here on Brittle Hollow's southern observatory, and it reveals how an object might sink below the current. Kondo, I am unable to grasp the answer by looking through the projection pool. If I visit the observatory, would you kindly explain? If you don't mind the trek beneath the surface to the South Pole, I'd be delighted to see you. There are two trailheads, one at Brittle Hollow's gravity cannon, and one at the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. How? Kasaba's construction yard has been using the cyclones on Giant's Deep to lift orbital probe cannon parts into orbit, but one component was pushed down past the current that usually prevents anything from sinking. Aspire and I are crafting a model to determine how this happened. An update. It's now clear there are two different types of cyclone. Most cyclones in Giant's Deep rotate clockwise, as are cyclones Kasaba typically uses to send components into orbit. There also exists a rarer type of cyclone that spins the opposite direction and pushes objects beneath the waters and below the current. My gratitude, Spire. Connolly is showing me your handiwork, and I'm intrigued by this secondary type of cyclone. But was it really necessary to build a model to tell me that? The model will be useful as we continue monitoring Giant's Deep. I also very much wanted to make the model. Good to know. That's very interesting. Oh boy, all this stuff. Just a outline of the solar system. Wait a second, outline of the solar system. Then was this... This is Timber Hearth. Let's zoom out. Oh, we're getting close to kill time. Because then on the outside of Timber Hearth, so that's Brittle Hollow. This is Giant's Deep. Dark Bramble. And the Eye. Well, no wonder no one can find it. Unable to determine orbit. No signal detected matching any known criteria for the Eye of the Universe. Let me read this before the sun explodes. How should our methods change as we continue to search for the Eye of the Universe? We know what the eye looks like thanks to the quantum moon. So what if we try to find the eye visually instead? Let's send out a probe. Need to build a probe launching mechanism to cover these long distances quickly. A cannon in orbit around the celestial body would circumvent the need to escape gravity's pull. Giant's Deep would be a good choice. It's the furthest from the sun, so it would provide the best angles for launch. And it's moonless except for when the quantum moon is visiting. Kylo's idea is clever, but we have no idea where the eye is in relation to here. The probability of launching a probe into the correct direction would be absurdly small. I believe I have a solution for that problem. Have you spoken with Rami and Pi about the technology they're developing? As we couldn't find the eye signal using two different devices built for its exact purpose, we should discontinue the search method. Let's build the cannon at Giant's Deep. That's why the probe that we saw had the eye marker on it, because they're searching for it. My ship got launched out somehow. Don't know how that happened. One more wall? Oh shit, you're right. I almost missed this. What have we learned thus far in our search for the Eye of the Universe? Those of us on the vessel originally followed the eye signal to this star system, but we were unable to warp to the eye itself. Based on our knowledge of the quantum moon, we believe the eye is in orbit around its star system's sun. This would mean the eye is located within a finite, albeit enormous, range. The locator we built on Edelrock and the new, more sensitive locator we built here were both unable to detect any trace of the eye's signal. Hypothesis: the eye has stopped emitting its signal. Suppose the eye doesn't wish to be found. Cassava, how can you suggest that? The eye signal called out to summon us to this star system. I'm aware. I grew up hearing the eye's story, yet we're no closer to finding it than you were when we first arrived here. So the quantum moon, the sixth location the quantum moon is going to, is the sun of the star system that the Eye of the Universe is in, to my understanding. So I still don't know how to land on the quantum moon. If I figure that out, theoretically it should just teleport me there. I don't know how that would happen still. But our next destination is Giant's Deep. Sick. A few loops ago, a cyclone came by and tossed my little island into space. Dying like that was kind of unpleasant. Alright, there's nothing else. I found your ship. Oh, cool. So it's floating in the ocean, huh? It looked like it was having a good time. I don't think I'll ever get an explanation as to what the fuck is going on about ghost stones. Not a single thing I have ever found in this entire game has explained anything about them. Except Timber Hearth that says, do not touch them, they will kill you. And that's all the information I have. I've got to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf. Let me look at this for a second. Yeah, that checks out. I just felt like it would be the correct answer. Except this planet sucks so fucking bad that I have parked in such a way that it is impossible for me to get out, because the gravity sucks so bad that the jetpack won't let me get out. I'm looking for this. I'm glad I figured this out, then the game killed me for it. Finally, I've entered this room. Not like I can do anything. I have to fly to the other side of the room. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm being launched into space right now. Cool. If I could, like, move, would be kinda cool. I guess this is where it is. This is where it wants to be. I'm not getting out. What the fuck? Can I... Straight forward! What's so hard about going straight forward? Straight. Straight forward. Jesus Christ. Hero, would you kindly step back so Daz is closest to the statue? When pairing, the statue will choose whoever is closest in proximity. See how its eyes have opened? That tells us the statue was paired with Daz. Now, no matter where he is in the star system, Daz's statue will record his memories and send them back to the Ash Twin Project. This is extraordinary sculpting work, Phlox. He has outdone himself again, hasn't he? And now that we have our first successful pairing, we can test my memory storage prototype. Each statue will send a single Nomi's memories to his or her statue unit within Ash Twin. Each storage unit will be equipped with a mask, the statue's counterpart, which will be able to send those stored memories back to the corresponding Nomi. So where's mine? Because we have the statue in the museum. And this is not the first time we've seen this little thing here. Like, what the fuck is going on with this? Like, what does any of that mean? I've installed the masks inside the Ash Twin Project, Phlox. They look beautiful, although I do feel as though I'm being observed. It's comforting to know the statues will not pair until the project succeeds. Otherwise, I imagine the experience would be hard to endure. Ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds as a safety measure. However, the statues will also activate in event of equipment failure. It will? Why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin project, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. I hadn't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. It's still somewhere... I wish these were like teleporters or something. It's still somewhere on Ash Twin. I have a feeling it has to do with when all of the sand drains. But I've been there when all of the sand drains and nothing has happened that I could notice. I may as well see this from this side. Okay, that's what this is. This is just more collapsed statues and some bones. At that point, just fucking do this. Like, whatever. I'm curious. Is sending a being's memories back in time to the same as sending the being itself back in time? As an example, if we send my memories back in time, it is the same as sending me back in time, not my physical body, but my essence. I imagine they're two different actions. Wouldn't both actions be effectively the same? Yeah, I'm so glad I could read that. Suppose that time is being rewritten. I believe this is different than receiving memories from what is effectively the future. But isn't the end result identical in either case? This thing was just glowing, and now it's not. I don't know what these things do. Alright, well, my ship is, like, fucked beyond repair, so we, get out of here. Did I ever notice this before? I don't feel like this was here in the beginning of the game. Anglerfish specimen was attached to the landing gear of one of our ships that flew close to Dark Bramble. It appears well suited for living in dark places with minimal atmosphere. I read, like, everything in this area and never saw this, like, small anglerfish that they captured. I haven't talked to any of these people since the start of the game. I mean, that's something I didn't have before, but I think that's just a tutorial. I'm thinking about stopping soon. It's been 4 hours. Really, the only other lead that I'm following at the moment is following the tornadoes. And I have a lot I still need to think about. I might just stop. Okay, that showed up. I'm, like, running out of question marks on the map, so I feel like I'm getting somewhere with most of this stuff. But, like, the only big question mark I've actually done is orbital probe cannon. But, like, I don't know what it wants me to do with the tracking module. I found it. We know how to get into the depths of the ocean. That's the thing with the interloper. I have no idea what it wants me to do with that. I warped into the solar system in a spaceship called the Vessel. They attempted to follow the signal from the eye of the universe. The vessel crashed somewhere in dark bramble. So it's still there. Somewhere. And it doesn't have a signal, so it's just there in the dark. Like, no matter what I do, I won't be able to find it with my signal scope. I don't know where that other area is, but I have a feeling I might know how to do it. Now, I was at the Black Hole Forge, and I didn't see anything I could do there. I teleport there, so that's something else that I do. Potential chamber inside Ash Twin was physically sealed off by an immensely thick protective shell. The Nomai plan to construct technology capable of producing a 22-minute negative time interval to Ash Twin. Every memory recorded by the Nomai statue is transmitted to a corresponding storage unit within Ash Twin. So we have to wait until all of the sand drains. And then what? I don't know. I keep pressing the wrong button, even though it's literally on my screen of what button I need to press. All it is just that this is... It says shuttle, so it would be the shuttle from the gravity cannon. That would be so annoying to line up, though. I'd have to line it up with... Brittle Hollow. And I still don't know how to get in here. I feel like I'd want to get here first before messing with that, so there's not a lot left that I'm seeing. My brain doesn't want to do anymore right now. Like, the main thing I'm trying to do is the tornadoes thing. But I think now that after 4 hours have passed, 4 hours is like a typical stream time for me on a day that I don't have to work. But I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good, actually. We did accomplish a decent amount of things, and I know exactly what I want to do next time, and I'm no longer feeling like I'm that stuck. I think I'm good for now. So at the end of whatever episode this is, thank you all so much for watching Outer Wilds up to this point. This was all streamed live at twitch.tv/Pokeball35. Link in the description down below. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so, because I do have a lot to offer, including this full playthrough of Outer Wilds and many other things on the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.